Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
I think you got the wrong number. Yeah, it's not Sydney.
If you hang up on me, you'll die.
Oh, that's a bit rude. Sorry, hang on, I got another phone call.
Hello, Shorty.
What's that?
What's up? What's up?
What's that? Sorry guys, someone else is on the line? Hello?
Who are you?
Hang it up.
Let me just put everybody on a conference call. Hi guys, sorry, I've got to do a review, so I'm gonna let you guys sort out your nonsense. And welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruby, and this is my review for The Black Phone. I'm very excited to talk about this. I will be doing a spoiler review, so look for the link in the description below or somewhere up here. I'll be talking about the ending, but that's on a separate video. For now, let's jump in. Okay, so The Black Phone is kind of Stranger Things meets The Room, meets Summer of Sam, and I had a blast with this. I haven't enjoyed a film so much in sort of like storytelling that feels fresh but nostalgic at the same time. I haven't enjoyed a film so much for a long time in this realm. Now, the first thing I should say, it's not really a horror. There are horror aspects, but it is more of a thriller. We're in the 80s, late 80s, and there are a number of kids that have been taken, they've disappeared, and so we start the story really with this brother and sister that are living in this town under fear, with this masked kidnapper, killer. We don't know much about him, and I really like that about this film. There's no kind of origin building to our Ghostface killer or anything like that. You're just kind of dumped into the story where stuff is happening. I would say also that the demographic for this, I think, is older, past like 16, 17, because I sat in the cinema where this is a 15 in the UK, and there were a bunch of young teens, probably 15 and 16, and they were sniggering and giggling, and I think they were expecting a lot of jump scares. And there are a couple, and there's one that comes out of nowhere. But for the most part, the first 30-40 minutes of the film is building stories, building character, and so it's kind of a slow burn, and the story is kind of building the whole way through, kind of gearing you up for what happens with our main protagonist, the brother and sister. One is about this kid that needs to survive and escape a room, and the other is about the sister trying to find the brother, and that is where this comes in. Now, can I just say, we need more of Ethan Hawke. Man, I'm loving what we're getting from Ethan Hawke. I've been a champion of Ethan Hawke since Gattaca. Gattaca is one of my favorite sci-fi films, a really intelligent sci-fi film, and I think it deserves more praise. Anywho, we've seen him in Moon Knight, and now we've seen him in this, and he plays this character kind of understated. He wears this mask, and you see a lot of stuff going on with his eyes, the emotional turmoil that he's going through. You can see that he's kind of cracked in his mind, but he's also very contained, very strong, very threatening, has a great presence. More. I don't know, I just need more from Ethan Hawke. This is the type of stuff we're getting in. If you look up the director, you know the kind of content you're about to get from this film. But I would say everything works really well in this film. Talk about building a puzzle piece. We get the score, which sometimes carries the film, and then you get the soundtrack, which puts you in the zone and the temper of this film. Now, what I mean by the temper is that it has a feeling. There is a nostalgic feeling to this, kind of placing you in the zone, and then there's a tempo shift, and the tempo of the film just kind of goes, I remember there was the young teens in the cinema were sniggering and laughing. They were kind of getting into it a little, and then something happened in the film, and there was just a shift in the cinema. Everybody was quiet, and everybody kind of sat forward and started watching. It's a film that made me sit forward a number of times without realizing it was like you kind of, is this about to happen? What's happening? And then something happens, and you sit back. So it's thriller-ish. Not very scary in parts, but keeps you on the edge of your seat in parts that you don't know that it's happening. I really like the understated kind of use of shots. Like I said, there's a couple of shots that are jump scares, but for the most part, the thriller part, the scary shot, is all kind of things out of shot that the camera might pan into, or kind of show you what's happening. So there's some horrific moments and horror moments, but mostly it's the building of the story. I really like the culmination. I do think that it is somewhat predictable. And there was a moment, a reveal of something that happened that I was like, I bet that is this. And I was correct at the end. And I think that is the only negative. Like, if I had to pull a negative from this film, trying to make the review balanced, I would say that that would be it. That I kind of guessed where this was going. I kind of guessed what was going to happen. The building of things that our character was doing, I knew what was going to happen and what it would do at the end. You'll understand when you watch it. But that doesn't detract from how entertaining this film. And I think that is what I most enjoyed about it. I think you need to go to the cinema to watch this. Not because it's a big, massive film, but because the sound effects that you get within this film are something that are really going to help put you in the mood or the zone or the kind of tone that the director was trying to create, where they're trying to place you, the mindset they want you in. And so I was in a loud cinema with good sound system, so Dolby Atmos, I believe it was, and it really kind of places you in the zone. If you have a good sound system, then you could possibly wait until this, comes to video or streaming services. But for now, go out and enjoy this. I don't think it's going to be like, this is the scariest film I've ever watched, but it might be one of the most entertaining. I think the protagonist, the young actors, did an excellent job. No one was weak. I was livid in parts, angry, and then I was emotionally involved with the characters, like I really wanted them to survive, and you felt like you didn't know who was going to survive in this because of what they established early on in the film. Very nice editing, very well paced. Costume design, score, music, all very well put together. Doesn't outstay its welcome. Very much worth your while. And I think for those that like, I don't like horrors, like massive horrors that are just too much to handle. I think this might be one that you can kind of dip your foot into, because there are, like I said, horror aspects, but it's not like terrifying. Like, if you want to get into it, I think this might be a good place for you to go. And it's also a really decent story. So I don't think I can hype up this much more. Really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to give this 4.5 Nicolas Cages out of 5. Kind of a short, sharp, sweet, to the point, no spoilers review. I will be talking spoilers and the end in a separate review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me every weekend and during the week, trying to give you world cinema, animation, and anime reviews. And occasionally I'll do these ones that if I found something that I really want to talk about, then I'll go for it. Thank you for joining me, Ruben, on the Ruby Tuesday. Don't forget, we also have a Patreon, which is an intangent combination Patreon with Chris from Movies and Munchies. We have a cornucopia of content that we love talking about there. So if you like our content, do give us a look there. I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. Thanks so much for joining us, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long Tuesday.